Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Riptide807 here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. And welcome to the 6th episode of the Riptide Ramble. It is that series where every Friday I talk about something in the gaming space that is interesting me. And this week, finally, Arc Raiders has fully released to the masses. And let me tell you, so far, we are cooking here. So in the background, you'll be seeing some gameplay from the new map that we have never gotten to play before, Bluegate. This is a goofy hairpin run that me and Jace were doing to try to do this one quest that we kept dying on, so enjoy the gameplay in the background. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Also, I just wanted to mention that I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, so if you're ever hanging out on YouTube those days, feel free to drop by in the chat. Also, I just wanted to take a moment to apologize for the lack of gameplay videos recently. Between the finals mid-season kind of shitting the bed, to be frank, and just my overall lack of motivation recently, I haven't really felt much of a desire to post gameplay videos. So they might come back next week, we'll see. But if not, then just expect a Riptide Ramble every week. But let's jump straight into my impressions. So I played for about 8 to 10 hours yesterday, which I know is absurd, but after that session, I left feeling insanely satisfied. This, I am already going to say it. I don't care. Out of all the extraction shooters I have tried, this is easily the best extraction shooter I have ever played. And that's coming from a guy who's put about 300 hours into Tarkov, I believe, and I've played several other extraction shooters, such as Marauders, Gray Zone Warfare, and a few others, and this is easily the most fun I have ever had playing an extraction shooter. Hell, literally our first raid yesterday, we were trying to extract, and an enemy team called the extract, and we just waited outside the elevator until they were closing the door, and we just walked in, and one of them like just turned around and just went, "What?" in voice chat. It was one of the funniest things ever. This game is so good, but it's just, man, everything in this game just feels so polished and finely tuned. Like, the graphics are beautiful, especially Bluegate. Like, are you seeing this background gameplay right now? Look how nice this map looks. It is actually insane. It's like everything down to a T. The gunplay, the music, the ambience, just, it all feels so polished and complete. That, and it's an Unreal Engine 5 game that actually runs well in the big 2025. I swear to God, Embark are the only game studio on this planet that know how to make games run well in this engine. It is just, it is just so good. One specific point that I want to talk about is just the maps overall. So far, I've played on every map except Buried City, which I played on Buried City quite a bit in Tech Test 2, and I will say that was probably my least favorite map. I don't know if my opinions are going to change in the full launch of the game, but so far, every map is so visually, and they each play so differently from each other that it's like, I can't see myself getting bored of the maps in this game. It's almost like the maps in the finals, where it's like, I feel no fatigue from playing the maps in the finals because each one of them is so visually unique and each one plays so differently that I just never get tired of it. And I can see myself feeling that in this game too. It's like, whether I want to go on like damn Battlegrounds, where it's probably the map I'm the most familiar with, you know, I know all the routes, I know where all the loot is, or I want to try exploring Bluegate with its insane amount of arc and like deadly player interactions. We have had some absurd PvP on Bluegate. It's just, every map is so good. Now, the next thing I want to bring up is the weapons, and obviously we have gotten to not use anywhere near the full arsenal of this game, but, you know, I've gotten my hands on all the starting weapons. I've used some blue weapons, some green weapons, and I gotta say, I love the guns in this game. I love how they feel, I love the recoil, everything about them is just so good. The gunplay feels immaculate, and the fact that the game doesn't have like hit markers or anything. It just has like those nice sounds of like the shields getting damaged. Like every time I hear the shield cracking sound, it is the most satisfying thing probably on planet Earth. And it's like I said, every weapon feels unique. Every weapon has like a gimmick to it or like a reason to use it over others. Even something that seems useless on paper, like the hairpin that we're using in the background, is great at silently killing small arcs. Like that is like almost its whole purpose, or getting a cheeky kill on a player or two. But it's like even weapons that are just considered probably completely useless in most regards still have a use or a purpose to them. And that's what I love about the weapon design in this game. Compared to the finals, this game feels incredibly balanced weapon-wise. It feels like even if a player has like a blue weapon or higher, it still feels like it is more than possible with smart positioning and good timing to get a kill on them with a gray weapon. And that is a sign of incredible weapon balance. Another thing I want to mention is just how incredible the PvE is in this game. The Ark are some of the best enemies I have ever faced in like any video game ever. They're scary, but most of them feel manageable. But then there's like the Titans, there's like the Rocketeer, the Bastion, the Leaper. It's like you don't fuck with those guys. Unless you want to get sent back to Speranza, you do not fuck with them at all. But also at the same time, with just like a couple resources, they feel very like manageable. But I also love how, like I said, every arc feels like a threat. If you don't take the arc seriously as a threat, even the smallest ones can absolutely obliterate you. There have been several times where even though me and my friends are very experienced in this game across multiple tests and stuff, we still didn't respect the small arcs like fireballs and pops and stuff, and we got messed up by them. You have to respect every arc in this game, no matter how big or small, and I absolutely love that. Okay, one of the last things I want to talk about before I talk about the main reason I think this game is incredible is it's gotta be just the visuals and the audio. My god, this game, I don't know what the sex equivalent is for like your ears, but this game's audio feels like it. This game has some of the best sound design I have ever heard in a video game. Everything sounds absolutely incredible. The gunshots, the arc looming in the distance, even just like the ambience. I've found myself multiple times during raids just stopping for a moment or just slowing down to a walk and just appreciating everything around me visually and audibly. It is one of the best looking and sounding games I have played in probably since Battlefield 1. That's what this game feels like to me. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about that I don't see a lot of people talking about, but I think it's a reason that this game is clicking for a lot of people, but is also not clicking for some others, and that is the game's lack of holding your hand. I love how this game feels like it respects the intelligence of the player, but also doesn't expect you to have 18 different spreadsheets open at once and looking up YouTube videos constantly. Tarkov. Because what this game does during the tutorial is it shows you the environment, it shows you how to loot, it shows you how to shoot your gun at people, and then it basically goes, alright, you know these things, get out there and figure out what this world is and how to survive in it. And I love that. I love feeling like I am completely allowed to approach this game however I want. If I want, I can go in with cheap kits and try to make allies and try to like work together to take down Ark. Sure, it might be rough. You can't trust these people. But sometimes you might have these generational runs where you run into some friendly people and you guys all maybe take a huge Ark down together, or you all just loot these high value areas. Or maybe you're a lone wolf. Maybe you just want to go on your own with some loot, kill everyone on sight, and that is also a viable playstyle. The game doesn't tell you how to play in any way, shape, or form. It basically just drops you in, says to survive, and it's up to you to figure out how. And I absolutely love that about this game. Because at the end of the day, that's what this world is. This is a world devastated, destroyed. Everyone is doing everything they can to survive, and everyone is going to take different approaches to that survival. Which, a little side note, I love the lore focus of this game. I love how every time you unlock a new location, it like plays a cutscene and tells you about that location. That's just a little side note I wanted to say I love. But it's just, if you're not a fan of extraction shooters, I still think you should give this game a chance. Because, to be honest, I thought for a while there that extraction shooters were just not for me. They were not my genre. But this game has showed me what an extraction shooter can be at its most refined and polished level. And I'm going to be honest, I think this game has single-handedly ruined every other extraction shooter on the market for me. I don't know if I could ever play a game like Tarkov or anything like that again after I played this game. But I think that is going to conclude my thoughts on Arc Raiders. Overall, this game is incredible. It is more than worth the $40 asking price. And if you are on the fence about getting it, just try it. Buy it for $40. Play it for the 2-hour window on Steam if you're on PC. And if you don't like it, refund it. But I guarantee 90% of people who try this game will end up loving something about it. But what do you guys think about Arc Raiders? Do you agree with me, or are you against me? Leave a like or a dislike down below, depending on what you think. And yeah, this is going to conclude the 6th Riptide Ramble. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.